The floodlights will blaze over the sweeping curves of Motogp 2026 in Thailand, but it won't just be the tropical heat-raising temperatures. A storm is brewing long before the lights go out. Two hungry challengers, one established icon and a championship narrative that could shift dramatically before the season even finds its rhythm. All eyes inevitably turn towards Marc Marquez. The Ducati spearhead enters the new campaign as one of the bookmakers' clear favourites. Yet beneath the confidence surrounding the Red Garage lies a new and very real threat. This is not merely about another title defence attempt. It is about resistance from a new wave determined to shake the foundations. Because waiting in the shadows are two names carrying explosive potential: Toprak Razgatlıoğlu and Diogo Morera. Thailand will not just mark the beginning of a season, it could mark the beginning of a power struggle. The 2026 season opener in Thailand is shaping up to be far more than a routine curtain raiser. In modern MotoGP, early momentum is everything. A strong opening weekend doesn't merely bring points, it sends a psychological message, and Marquez understands that better than most. Armed with what many believe to be one of the most competitive Ducati packages in recent years, the Spaniard's ambition is crystal clear: reclaim and consolidate his dominance. After seasons of injury setbacks and rebuilding phases, 2026 represents a calculated assault on the world title. However, this time the threat may not only come from familiar rivals, it may arrive from unexpected angles. Few transitions in recent memory have generated as much intrigue as Toprak Razgatlıoğlu's anticipated MotoGP debut. A proven force in World Superbike, Toprak brings a reputation built on late-breaking mastery, aggressive racecraft and fearless overtakes. But MotoGP is a different beast. The question is not whether Toprak has talent. That has never been in doubt. The question is adaptation. Carbon brakes, prototype aerodynamics, ride height devices, and the ruthless pace of sprint races present a steep learning curve. Thailand will be his first true examination under Grand Prix pressure. Yet there is a scenario that Ducati and Marquez cannot ignore. If Toprak adapts quickly, he could become an immediate disruptor. His riding style, particularly under braking, could unsettle established front-runners on circuits that reward commitment and control. Then there is Diogo Morera, representing the next generation of Grand Prix talent. The Brazilian has long been tipped as one of the brightest prospects emerging from the junior ranks. Aggressive yet composed, Morera carries the unpredictability that often makes young riders dangerous in their debut campaigns. He will not enter 2026 burdened by expectation to win immediately. That freedom could be his greatest weapon. In the modern era, rookies no longer require seasons to adapt. With sophisticated data analysis, structured rider development, and closer performance gaps, a confident debutant can find himself fighting near the front far sooner than anticipated. If Morera senses opportunity, especially in chaotic early-season races, he may not hesitate. On paper, Marc Marquez remains the benchmark. Experience, race intelligence, and a Ducati capable of winning on virtually any circuit make him a formidable contender. His strategic maturity in title fights is unparalleled among the current grid. However, 2026 introduces a subtle complication: unpredictability. Toprak's hunger to prove himself, Morera's fearless ambition, the evolving technical landscape. A single misstep in Thailand could hand early momentum to a rival and alter the championship trajectory. In a title battle expected to be decided by fine margins, those opening 25 points could resonate deeply by November. Behind the scenes, teams are already thinking long-term. This season is not only about immediate victories, it is about establishing authority. For Marquez, it is a chance to cement his Ducati era with another crown. For Toprak, it is about announcing his arrival with force. For Morera, it is about accelerating a trajectory that many believe leads to future championships. Thailand, therefore, becomes symbolic. It is the starting gun of what could be one of the most volatile title races in recent memory. The blend of established champions and fearless newcomers creates a combustible mix, and if the opening weekend delivers even half the tension being forecast, Motogp 2026 may begin not with a gentle build-up, but with an explosion. One thing is certain, the championship fight will not wait, and neither will the challengers. What makes this confrontation particularly compelling is the contrast in racing DNA. Marquez is a master of calculated aggression. He knows precisely when to strike and when to manage risk. Toprak, by comparison, thrives on instinct and spectacle, often redefining braking limits in ways that defy conventional telemetry logic. If their paths cross in the closing laps in Thailand, it will not merely be a battle of speed, but of philosophy. The Buriram circuit layout, with its heavy braking zones and stop-start rhythm, could prove especially revealing. On paper, such characteristics suit a rider like Razgatlıoğlu, whose confidence under extreme deceleration has long been his trademark. Yet Ducati's acceleration and aerodynamic efficiency may neutralize some of that advantage. The chess match between rider input and machine performance will be fascinating to dissect. For Morera, the opening round represents something slightly different: validation. Young riders often speak of the moment they realize they truly belong at the front. If he can latch onto the leading group in Thailand, even briefly, it will accelerate his credibility within the paddock. Confidence in Motogp is currency. An early belief can multiply rapidly. There is also a strategic subplot developing behind the scenes. Teams now approach the first triple header of a season with calculated restraint. No one wants to overextend in round one, yet nobody can afford to concede psychological ground. A bold overtake, a late defensive masterclass, or even a visible show of composure under pressure can shift the internal dynamics of a championship garage. Another layer of intrigue lies in tyre management. Thailand's high temperatures traditionally punish rear grip, particularly in the latter stages of the race. Marquez has historically excelled in managing degrading conditions, adapting his lines and conserving traction when others falter. Whether Toprak and Moreira can demonstrate similar restraint over full race distance will be one of the defining variables. We must also consider the broader narrative arc toward the 2026 title. Championships are rarely won in March, but they can certainly be compromised there. An early crash, a technical issue, or a costly misjudgment in wheel-to-wheel combat can create a points deficit that lingers for months. The riders know this. The engineers know this. The tension will reflect it.